That's a good indication of some spinning in the atmosphere, especially in the upper levels. Right now, we have not had that tornado on the ground, but several reports of funnel clouds. Crawford and Grant County, that's going to go until 4:30 this afternoon. That line of storms that we were talking about just a little bit ago is now racing eastward. Track on this in areas that can expect to see the strongest portion of this storm as it moves off to the east at nearly 60 miles an hour. We'll zoom in one more time and take a look at the winds here and what exactly is going on. And again, just south of Clyde, we're starting to see a little bit of some tighter rotation. It looks like Fish Hatchery, eventually towards PD. You could see some winds in excess of 60. Just south of Fitchburg, we're seeing hail possibly to 1.5 inches. Quarter-size hail is around 1 inch, and it causes that air to rise. That then condenses into these clouds that eventually produce those showers and storms. Reds and purples, you want cool nights but warm afternoons, and of course, dry weather. Here's a gorgeous look at one of those developing. This is from Dane. The 1-2 punch here of Arctic air. The first one is moving in as we speak, and for your Thursday, looking for highs of only around 10 degrees. The saying, red sky at night, sailor's delight, couldn't be more true. A lot of times we don't have a plan at home, and having this simple device right here can really make a difference. It gives you a nice compactable snow to make a snowman. Today, not the case. Knowing what they mean will help you take the right action. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We are out here at the Ace Hardware in Verona programming weather radios, as you mentioned, for Severe Weather Awareness Week. Snow has been falling since about 3 o'clock this afternoon. As you can see, it's very important to have a plan and always be weather aware. Now, locally, it doesn't mean we're going to have exactly 12 hours of sunlight. While it's not a significant snow by any means, it is our first accumulating snow, and it's definitely causing a few problems out there.
So did you have a good time at the Badger game today?
Yeah, it was my first one. The weather held off. Be honest with me, how many of you actually had to turn the heat on today with highs only into the 50s and lows into the 30s? I'll raise my hand. I was one of those.
This is your Weather Authority forecast.
Welcome back, everyone. A pretty mild day out there. Even a touch of humidity kind of adding to the late spring feel. We'll deal with this as we head through the next couple of days, but also pretty good chance of showers and storms each and every day. Right now in Madison with mainly cloudy skies, 71 degrees. Our winds are back out of the east at 8 miles an hour. Elsewhere, well, middle 70s for some, while we do have some upper 60s as you head east of Madison. 68 Beaver Dam, 67 in Watertown, much cooler near Lake Michigan. Just 56 degrees at this hour in Milwaukee. Why? Well, we do have a lake breeze pushing in our direction that's bringing some cooler air. We're not too concerned about this, not going to impact things a whole lot. Look off to the south and west, though. You're starting to see some rain creeping towards Grant County. Still a couple of hours away, but once it moves in, it will impact the entire region, and it will be here for quite some time. A wide area of showers and storms encompassing really the entire state of Iowa. Some severe weather down into Nebraska and Missouri, and all of that is heading in our direction. Fortunately, no severe weather expected tonight, but some heavy rainfall possible in the first of several rounds of rain as we head through the next couple of days. Why, you ask? Well, we're going to have a couple frontal boundaries that just meander through the Great Lakes region, really have nowhere to go and don't know where they're going. So they're going to be all over the place here as we head through the next couple of days. And imagine each and every one of these fronts like a train track. So every so often we'll have an impulse of energy right along this. That's going to bring those areas of showers and storms, and then a couple hours later they're going to move out and we'll see a little bit of sunshine. That's going to be the setup really for the better half of the next 5 to 7 days. Let's track that first one as we head through tonight. After 10 o'clock, we'll see that begin to move in. As we head into early tomorrow morning, some moderate to at times heavy rainfall across the area. It'll start to get out of here, though, as we head into the afternoon with just a small chance of a shower. And then I think we'll see another round move in as we head into tomorrow night. With this round, anywhere from a quarter up to a ½ inch, maybe some slightly higher amounts as you head near the state line. The heaviest rain by far, though, will be into northern Illinois, where they could approach 1 inch just with this initial band of rain. As we head into the overnight, 48 with those showers and storms developing, east winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow, rain likely earlier, then it diminishes with mainly cloudy skies up to around 72 degrees. As we can continue through the next couple of days, we'll see those mild temperatures continuing. The warmest day will be on Thursday with a high near 80 and then back into the lower 70s as we head into next weekend. That's a look at your NBC 15 Weather Authority forecast. We'll be right back.
This is your Weather Authority forecast.
Welcome back, everyone. What a gorgeous afternoon it was, and that's turned into a very pleasant evening out there as we see temperatures sliding into the 60s. Now down to 64 degrees in Madison as winds remain out of the east and southeast at 9 miles an hour. and dew points very low into the 50s. It's going to be harder and harder to get days like this and nights like this as we continue through summer. And the reason may surprise you, has a lot to do with agriculture and specifically corn. Right now, corn, it's about ankle to knee height. As we continue working through summer and it continues to grow, it's going to give off more water. We call this evapotranspiration. And essentially what's happening, the plants are sweating. It's adding more moisture to the atmosphere, and in return, it starts to feel very humid outside. It's no coincidence that as corn matures, our most humid days also occur, and that is in the middle of August and September. So enjoy the weather now, because it's likely going to get much more summer-like as we head through the next couple of months. Right now, Sky Tracker HD is showing plenty of clear skies, some rain off to the north and west. Not to worry, that'll be moving into northern Wisconsin and not really a concern for us. Now, as we head through tomorrow, some changes will occur. High pressure works off to the east. Warm front will draw in our direction. So yes, we're going to have another warm day, but it's also going to have enough energy that we could spawn maybe a shower or storm, especially as we head into tomorrow night as a cold front nears. I don't think this is going to be that widespread, though. We'll keep it in there about a 20 or 30% chance, but the better news is this cold front going to keep what's left of Tropical Storm Bill, I think, down to our south. Speaking of Bill, here it is. It has made landfall in the portions of southeastern Texas, now moving in between San Antonio and Houston with torrential rainfall. Remember, a couple weeks ago, they had catastrophic record-setting flooding and could be dealing with the same thing. Winds with Bill are now down to 40 miles an hour. As we widen the view out, you can see where it's going to go here as we work towards the weekend, eventually into southern Illinois and central Indiana, bringing with it torrential rainfall. Portions of the Ohio River Valley expecting anywhere from about 5 to 8 inches of rain. But as I mentioned, I think it's going to remain just south of our area, which is great news. We are expecting some drier weather as we head into the upcoming weekend. As for tonight, though, open the windows. It's going to be very nice, down to 51, just a few clouds here and there. Tomorrow, 79, partly sunny, then maybe a stray storm or two as we head into the afternoon and evening. Better chances Wednesday night into Thursday as we see 80 degrees for our high. We'll warm it up even more for the weekend, but also increase those storm chances ahead of Father's Day. That's a look at your NBC 15 Weather Authority forecast. We'll be right back.
Not removed yet, a lot of it just coming down. It's hard for the city to keep up.
Exactly. You couldn't have said it any better. It's falling at about a ½ inch an hour, so as soon as you clear it out, well, it's going to accumulate again. And typically we'd be wrapping up a snowstorm that started last night, early this morning. Again, not the case. We have all afternoon to contend with before we finally get the snow out of here. A long-lived event. The blowing snow will pick up this afternoon near whiteout conditions. The worst travel today from about 8 a.m. this morning through 6 p.m. tonight. Of course, that encompasses most of today. If you don't have to travel, especially from Madison southward, highly recommend you just stay inside today. That's where we do have winter storm warnings. Winter weather advisories off to the north of the Madison area. That includes all of the rest of our counties. And then blizzard warnings south of Milwaukee down through Chicago and northwest Indiana. These areas are expecting in excess of a foot of snow and likely the largest snowstorm since the Groundhog Day blizzard of about 2 or 3 years ago. Sky Tracker HD showing all of the snowfall around the area. A little bit lighter as you head to the north in the Juneau and Adams County and Marquette County. Here in Madison, we're into a light to moderate pocket of snow. Heavier snow, though, right along the border now into Walworth County, along around Lake Geneva, I should say. And that's all drifting towards Milwaukee. Elsewhere, just steady light snow expected as we push through the morning hours. We will have some pockets of heavier snow. You can see those here into the brighter blues and the whites a little bit lighter, but there is a lot of snow to contend with. Extends all the way back into Kansas City. All of this moving north and eastward before taking a right-hand jog and eventually impacting the East Coast. Right now in Madison, kind of hard to see what's going on outside with the snow falling. Visibility down under a mile, 0.8 of a mile. 15 degrees is what the temperature is. It feels like 2 below because winds are now sustained at 21 miles an hour out of the north and east, and with the snow becoming drier by the hour, it's only going to lead to more blowing and drifting as we head through the day. Here's what's going on. A southern system. Haven't had one of these bad boys in several years around the area, at least one that's brought us this much snow. It's tapping into the Gulf of Mexico, bringing that warm, moist air northward, the cold Canadian air drifting south and eastward, and where those two meet, that's the perfect recipe for some heavy snowfall across the Midwest, and we are seeing that in our southern counties just to the south, mainly from the Quad Cities, Rockford, eastward towards Chicago and South Bend. Bend, Indiana. That is the epicenter for this massive snowstorm that's going to be impacting those regions. Here in Madison, 5 to 9 inches of snowfall. We are expecting lighter amounts in the 3 to 6 inch range as you head north. Portage, Baraboo, Camp Douglas, and the Sauk County, and then some isolated amounts near the state line. Could be pushing around a foot of snow. I think the best chance of that will be as you head just south of our area towards the Rockford area. This afternoon, look for snow to continue. Temperatures into the teens, falling through the afternoon. Winds gusting to 35 miles an hour. Blowing snow going to be the main concern tonight as the snow begins to wrap up just down to 2 degrees. Those wind chills will be below 0 as we head throughout the week. Improving conditions for your Monday. Still rather cold, and of course there will be plenty of problems as you head out the door tomorrow morning. Another chance of snow as we head into the day on Tuesday. It is getting cold outside, a lot of snow. Make sure you're prepared if you are going to be traveling, but again, not recommended.
Yep. All right.
A recent string of cold days has led to an impressive sight to our north.
The ice caves up in Bayfield County, they are open once again, allowing many to see the beauty frozen in time. They did just close because of some wind, but Brian Doogs, our meteorologist, was up there and he got a story while they were still open.
For the last 2 years, I've been hearing about it, and my husband and I kayak up here every summer.
The ice caves along the Apostle Islands Lake Shore are booming in popularity after opening for a second year in a row. Since allowing visitors last Saturday, more than 16,000 people have made the trek onto the ice. There are a lot of ways to describe the ice caves along Lake Superior, whether it is many ice structures growing from the rocks or this year's crystal clear ice. From kids to adults, it's all about having fun and seeing what nature has to offer. New this year is a $5 fee for people 16 and older, but park officials say the fee ensures everyone has a great experience.
After last year, it went basically viral on the internet, and we had 138,000 people in 2 months from mid-January to mid-March. And for Apostle Islands National Lakeshore, that's not in our budget.
Park officials are out every day checking for changes to the ice and to make sure it's up to standards. That includes a thickness of at least 8 inches. Now, if you're thinking about coming out to the ice caves, time not on your side as we head into March, warmer temperatures, and that makes the ice a little more suspect, meaning these caves can close tomorrow or in a couple of weeks. Reporting at the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore, Brian Doogs, NBC 15 News.
And as John mentioned, the ice caves were temporarily closed today as those stronger winds moved in.
And park officials say the ice should open back up tomorrow morning, so that's the good news there. Great stuff from Brian. I mean, I guess it's just
Have you
cell
seen
phone
that?
camera and GoPro. I haven't been up there.
Me neither.
No, I've been up to
winter.
the Apostle Islands in the summer, and it's
Yeah.
gorgeous. So I'd love to see it sometime.
Me too. Very
Very
cool.
nice.